Hello, Abnormal Investigations. I have an encounter that was sent in by a patrol officer of 15 years and also a SWAT officer, so should be a very interesting encounter. I think y'all are going to enjoy it. I want to thank each and every one of you before I start this for listening, for hitting the like button, and for sharing this out, guys. It means a lot to me, and it makes me proud of you guys, and it makes me want to produce some more videos for you guys, knowing that y'all are enjoying these encounters, and I enjoy each and every one of you that send them in. I couldn't do it if you didn't send them in, so just a thank you to everybody. I wanted to let you all know you're appreciated. For context, I am a 15-year-old intermediate patrol officer, SWAT officer, and a lone wolf operator, and this case is one I'll never forget. It was Saturday, October 28th, 2023, at approximately 2300 hours, which for those of you who don't know, military time, that's 11 o'clock p.m. I'd been dispatched to a 911 for a livestock mauling out at the boonies, a call I initially dismissed as a mountain lion or maybe a rogue bear until dispatch patched the audio recording to my cell phone. The wind howled like a banshee, mirroring the terror in the old rancher's voice. It was monstrous. He stammered, his eyes wide and wild. Bigger than anything I've ever seen, with fur the color of night and eyes that, well, they burned with an unholy fire. But the old man's terror, raw and genuine, sent a shiver down my spine. He described the attack, his voice trembling. The chickens, they were ripped apart, feathers everywhere, blood staining the mud. And the lambs, oh God, the lambs. They were torn apart, their bodies mangled beyond recognition. The drive out to the ranch was a blur of icy roads and relentless cold rain. The old man's words echoed in my head, painting a gruesome picture of carnage that I'd seemed to be pulling up on alone. As I pulled into the long, winding driveway, I noticed a strange stillness, the eerie quiet broken, and the quietness was broken only by the relentless drumming of the rain. The ranch house, a weathered wooden structure, looked abandoned. No lights flickered in the windows, only the ghostly glow of the moon. The old man met me at the door, his face pale and drawn. Reluctantly, he led me to the chicken coop, a small wooden structure nestled amongst the pines. The sight that greeted me was indescribable. Feathers lay scattered across the mud like fallen leaves. It was a testament to the violence that had transpired. The chicken coop itself was a wreck, with wooden slats torn and twisted as if some monstrous creature had crawled its way inside. Inside the scene was even more horrific. Dead chickens lay strewn across the floor, their bodies mangled and disfigured, but it was the lamb pen that truly made me sick to my stomach. The small creatures lay lifeless, their bodies torn and twisted, their fur matted with blood and rain. The scene was one of unimaginable violence and stark reminder of the raw power of nature, or something even more sinister. I examined the scene, searching for clues. There were no bear tracks, no signs of mountain lion. Instead, I found something else. Massive tracks, bipedal, and a mixture of human and canine, larger than any I'd ever seen, sinking deep into the mud. The old man pointed toward the edge of the property. "It went that way," he whispered, his voice trembling, "into the trees. That's where it went." I followed his gaze. The edge of the woods loomed dark and menacing in the driving rain. Adrenaline surged through me. This was no ordinary animal. I grabbed my flashlight, told the farmer to wait here, and cautiously made my way through the tall grass, the rain plastering my uniform to my skin. I remember this because it was so damn cold. The ground was uneven and the long grass whipped against my face. I pressed on, my senses heightened, every rustle of leaves, every snap of the twig sending a damn jolt through my body, thinking something was going to jump out and eat my ass. The air was thick with stench of blood and something else, something evil. It almost smelt like, and I will say it is, poop. Suddenly I heard it, a low growl, guttural and deep, echoing from the heart of the woods. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. The growl was followed by a sound of heavy footsteps crashing through the underbrush. I raised my flashlight to beam cutting through the darkness. But there was nothing, just rain and the wind and the oppressive silence that followed the terrifying sounds. Then I saw it. A pair of eyes, glowing red, watching me from the depths of the woods. They were immense, intelligent, and filled with a deep hunger for blood. My hand instinctively flew over to my holster. My grip tightened on my Glock. The creature let out a chilling shriek and retreated back to the darkness as if it knew I had reached for my gun. It knew what the hell my gun was. I stood there, adrenaline coursing through my veins, my heart hammering against my ribs. I slowly lowered my weapon, my gaze fixed on the spot where the eyes had been. The silence that followed was deafening. I'll never forget that night, the old rancher's terror, the gruesome scene of the chicken coop, the chilling stench of death, and the pursuit through the rain. This creature never came back. We did night patrols by his house, spotlighting, just to make sure in case he needed us. But for some reason, whatever it was never came back. Maybe it's because it knew we had found it or knew it was around. Or maybe it had got enough chickens that it needed to go and do what it had to do, or to feed what it needed to feed. But whatever it was now gone, and I had seen it, and I knew for myself there is a terrible monster that stalks these woods. I promise you, there are things out there you'll wish you have never seen. I have seen one myself. Thank you for sharing my encounter, Mike. Best to you. Yeah, that would be a terrifying encounter there for sure. Anytime we look upon one of those things, it's scary, and the intelligence behind them, I believe, is very high, and I believe the more we look at these encounters, the more and more we see it. Just reaching for your gun sends it running. That tells me that they know they can be hurt or killed. They have an intelligence about them to know what you're doing, what you're reaching for. So yeah, that is scary. And I would agree, it was probably passing through. It was raining, it was cold, it was icy, as you said. And it saw an easy meal. It didn't have to hunt in the cold and the rain. It was probably hungry. It probably needed the food because a lot of animals generate warmth from eating. So it was probably a survival mechanism for it. That would be my guess. Thank you all for listening, guys. Until next time, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. Slap that like button, and we'll see you on the next one.